Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Recovery Classroom. My name is Drew. I am an alcoholic, and today I'm a recovering alcoholic, and I cannot be any more grateful. I want to encourage you, if you are local to the Huntington, West Virginia area tonight starts the Miracles Group. Their 12 Steps to Freedom workshop at 301 7th Avenue in Huntington at 6 o'clock. It'll happen tonight and the next 5 Wednesday nights. It's a 6-week program. It'll take you all through all 12 steps of the program of Alcoholics Anonymous to give you additional insight and information on how to apply those 12 steps in your personal recovery life. It does in no way, shape, or form replace you taking the 12 steps, working the 12 steps with your sponsor, but it does give you additional insight and information. Encourage you to swing down by and check it out tonight, beginning tonight at 6 o'clock, 6 to 8 for the next the next 5 tonight, and of course the next 5 Wednesday nights. Yesterday I started a series on the 3 S's, and yesterday I began with the first S, the self, the history of myself. When I first got clean and sober, I knew who I was. I already knew all the things that how my brain worked. I had a pretty good idea anyway of how my brain worked. I wouldn't allow myself to drive past the liquor store because I knew sooner or later if I was driving past the liquor store and I happened to be at that stoplight, well, shit, might as well pull in here and get me something to drink. I knew how my brain would work. I'd already developed that pattern. I was already able to identify that pattern in my past. All the times I had sworn that I'd only allow myself to drink this weekend or in this special event or in this certain situation or circumstance, maybe a graduation, maybe it was a baseball game or whatever. I knew that, you know, I'd only allow myself, quote unquote, allow myself to just that one time. Well, it was never just that one time. It always led back to something more. After all, that's how we were able to diagnose ourselves as being alcoholic, right? Can you take just one drink and then put it down and walk away? See, I never could. No matter whatever trip I went on in whatever city, doing whatever I had to do, I knew that was always a catalyst for me starting to drink, going back to drink. And so being able to identify that historical context, that historical perspective of my personal history, that's how I learned about myself. The second S I want to talk about today is sponsorship. Sponsorship is something that there's many different opinions and philosophies and insights. These are just my own personal thoughts and feelings. When I first came in the rooms, I did not want to sponsor because I didn't want someone looking over my shoulder telling me what I could or couldn't do, telling me how I had to do this and I had to do it this way and I had to do it that way and I couldn't do it this way, etc. I didn't want somebody micromanaging me. Fortunately, none of those things were ever true, at least not from my first sponsor and my sponsor I have now. None of those things ever proved to be true, fortunately. Your sponsor is there to tell you how they recovered. They're there to tell you how they might handle a particular situation. They're there to convey their experience, their strength, and their hope, not to tell you how to live your life, not to tell you how you have to recover. There's no requirement sponsorship. A sponsor doesn't pay your bills, right? A sponsor doesn't take care of all your responsibilities. A sponsor is just simply there to do 2 things, to talk and to listen. That's it. That's all sponsors do. They're there to communicate with you. And when a sponsor, I see this a lot. Sponsors will tell you, you have to do this and you have to do that. And you have to do this worksheet and you have to do that worksheet. You have to do all these things. That's fine. That's up to them. That's not how I would do it, though, because at that point, I'm automatically shutting that sponsee down. For me personally, I set expectations when I take on a sponsee. I give them the rules of the road. Hey, look, I'm not chasing you. You have to come to me. You have to call me. You have to reach out to me. I'm not going to track you down. That's just not how I'm going to do things. Sponsors have lives. We have to understand that sponsors have lives. Sometimes they get busy at work. They get busy with other responsibilities. They may not be immediately available. But just because they may not be immediately available is no excuse for you to go, well, I couldn't get a hold of my sponsor, so I went out and had a drink. No. See, I know in Crosstalk we say it all the time. When you can't get a hold of your sponsor, reach out to somebody else immediately. Don't wait. And I don't give a shit who that person is. You reach out. At the end of the day, if you have a sponsor that maybe it's just not, you feel you're struggling with, you can find another sponsor. It's not a lifelong commitment here. Again, we're talking about your recovery, not theirs. All right. And so if you have a sponsor that you feel is, now there's a difference between being difficult and just holding your feet to the fire. All right. There's a difference between being difficult and holding you accountable. 2 different things. But if you have a sponsor that is not bringing you to the point where you think you should be at, find another sponsor. They can't stop you. That's not the way it works. At the end of the day, you have to be cognizant and aware and ask yourself, is my sponsor just being an asshole? or is my sponsor holding me accountable? And if they're holding you accountable, well, after all, that's what you want them to do, right? When I start working with people, I tell them right off the bat, I'm not here to be your friend. I'm here to tell you what worked for me, and if you give me a situation, I will tell you what I would do. But that's not what you have to do. Again, we work a suggestive program. All right, a suggestive program. That means our sponsors can make suggestions, but they can't make mandates. Two different things. I want to encourage you. You can always look to find another sponsor if the one you're with is not working out. But I want to caution you about that gray area there. You may think they're not working out for you when in fact they're just doing exactly what you asked them to do, which is to hold you accountable. That's where you have to search deep within yourself and find out, are they doing what I asked them to do, or am I just trying to find an easy way back into the life I'm trying to get away from? So, with that being said, I'll let you guys go. Thank you guys for coming in, or for letting me come in and share 5 to 10 minutes of your day with you. You guys absolutely keep me sober. I couldn't be more appreciative. Topic you'd like to hear discussed, drop it in the Recovery Classroom Facebook group messaging application, and we will take a look at it and see what we can do for you. We'll be talking again soon, guys. Remember, you can't get drunk if you don't take that first drink.